Hey, what's going on, guys? In today's video, we're going to be ranking the top 50 Antagonist mobile suits slash Gundams from the various Gundam animated series. Technically 47 of them, but 50 sounds better. And as always, this is just for fun. This is strictly based on the mobile suits designs, not anything to do with the pilot or the story, anything like that. And the other qualifiers that I should mention to you is that I did not include mobile armors or grunts. Basically, just like the main Antagonist suits, whether they be a Gundam type or not. The other thing that I considered was if it was something that just showed up and fought with the Antagonist like once in one episode, then I didn't include it here. I don't think I had anything on the list that would fit that, but we'll just get into the ranking here in just a minute, and if there are any errors, I'm sure you guys will let me know in the comments. But first of all, a huge shout out to the sponsors of this video, as we've got the monthly subscription boxes, Tokyo Treat and Sakura Co. back again to sponsor today's video here. So as a reminder for you guys, Tokyo Treat allows you to experience awesome Japanese snacks from the comfort of your own home. Each monthly box will be packed with limited edition sweets, Kit Kats, chips, noodles, snacks of all sorts. And aside from all those delicious snacks, of course, you get my favorite, the cultural booklet here. And the theme for this month is Tokyo Throwback. And in there, aside from all the information about all the snacks included in this month's box, you also have these wonderfully curated articles and photos and info just about different things related to Japanese culture. And it's really, really cool. And as you can see, the Kit Kat flavor for this month is banana Kit Kat, which is sure to be delicious. As for the Sakura Co. box, this beautiful packaging lets you know that this one's a bit more tailored to artisanal Japanese snacks, where you'll get traditional and seasonal sweets, Japanese tea included in there, as well as an exclusive homeware item in there each month. You'll also get some of the snacks in there from local makers from across Japan. And the theme for this month is summer in Hokkaido. And again, the cultural booklet has got to be one of my favorite parts of the box, just because the photography and the presentation, the information, everything in here, not only just about the snacks, but about the local makers and about Japanese culture, is always really, really fun to read through. The tea for this month is Hokkaido Azuki tea, which looks really delicious. I can't wait to try that. And this month's tableware item is this beautiful kobachi bowl, so definitely going to be using that at home. That one looks really, really nice. Now, I know I did hear from a couple of you guys in the last video that you wanted less snacking throughout the video, but I do have to tell you, I'm sorry. These boxes have some of my favorite snacks in them, like this miso katsu in the Tokyo Treat box. I love this, and being that I lived in Nagoya for a while, miso katsu is famous from Nagoya. It's like really special for me. I like this a lot. That, and I love Japanese pudding, so this pudding taiyaki also is going to be one that I'm going to have to try. And from the Sakura Co. box, definitely going to have to try this chocolate cream bread, and in particular this melon daifuku, just because I just love daifuku. It's so good. So if I can be completely honest with you guys before we get into this tier ranking here, I really enjoy these boxes, so I hope that you guys will too. Check out the link in the video description or the pinned comment. You can save $5 off your first box, so check that out. Let's get into the tier list here for today, because I know that we've got a lot to get through. So here you can see my tier set up for S, A, B, C, and D tier, but I've renamed them just because they're all good, you know, in their own way. We've got S as super bad, A as absolute worst, B is bad to the bone, C criminally bad, and D definitely bad. And these aren't in any particular order, so we're going to get right into it, starting off with the Cubile. I heard from a lot of you guys in my posts on social media. A lot of you guys are Cubile fans as well. Cubile is definitely a polarizing the design, though. It's very different, and so a lot of people love it. A lot of people don't really love it. I do particularly like it. It's maybe not quite S tier for me, but I do like it a lot. I'm going to put that right there in A tier. Going up next then to one of the few antagonists that I've got here on the list from the various Build Fighters and Build Divers series. There's kind of a lot of them, and I wasn't really sure which ones ultimately to put on the list, but I've got the Amazing Zaku here just because I figured the Amazing Zaku is kind of like the first big antagonist, I think, right? And I've never really been a big fan of the Amazing Zaku design. I love the Zaku 2, which this is based on, but the additions to the design just never really did it for me, like the active armor, I think it is, where those added on bits just kind of really just have that tacked on look and don't really fit with the design very well. I'm not that much of a fan. Moving on then to the Susanoo. There was a lot of your guys' opinions on different like Graham mobile suits from Gundam 00. As for the Susanoo here, which I just kind of took as like a representative basically of the kind of various Graham Acre mobile suits, I'm gonna put that down here in C tier. Maybe other versions I might actually like more than the Susanoo, I suppose, but none of them are really some of my favorites. They're pretty cool though. I do especially like how kind of unique and slim those designs are. It's like definitely on this list, you're not going to have too many of them that are like as slim as those kind of like flag variations, right? And then for Gundam Age, I actually only have this one, the Legolas here is the only one representing Gundam Age. I'm going to put that actually there in C tier. I've still not watched Gundam Age, and I really need to. And I do like a lot of the designs, but Some of like the enemy and antagonist mobile suit designs I don't like quite as much as some of the other like Gundams and Grunt type suits. So pretty cool, pretty unique. I probably could put that up maybe in B tier. I'm just gonna leave it there in C tier for the moment. But then the Hydra Gundam here up next from G Unit. The Hydra Gundam, I'm going to put that there in B tier. I'm just kind of I'm like putting the Cube Blade first was kind of a good way to kind of gauge off that. I don't think that I like the Hydra Gundam quite as much as the Cube Blade. That said, I am really looking forward to the release of the new HG Hydra Gundam. Nothing is confirmed yet, but just based on the fact that Bandai is going through making these premium Bandai HG G-Unit suits, I can't imagine that they're going to not make a Hydra Gundam. That said, we do have that old Hydra Gundam kit, which I've built and reviewed, and it's actually like not too bad. It's very unique. Really cool design with some cool gimmicks in there with like the shoulder claws and everything. So that one's pretty cool. Then we've got the Psycho Zaku. I'm going to put the Psycho Zaku here in A tier. I definitely do love a good Zaku too. There's some aspects of the Psycho Zaku that I really like and some that I don't like, and it just kind of balances out to one that I definitely like a lot. The backpack is ridiculous, and I love that about it, especially like the Master Grade Verka version with like the massive tank on there as well. I mean, who doesn't love a Zaku with, you know, just huge fuel tanks and just a bunch of weapons attached onto it? All right, snack time, and it is actually lunchtime here. And so gonna go for this misokatsu snack. This is one that I think I've gotten before in a box, maybe like a couple of years ago. It does look familiar. So you can see it looks like this little strip of like miso, the dark parts of miso on top of the katsu there. I wonder if you can heat it up because it's really good, but I feel like it would be good just to like microwave it too for like 30 seconds or something. I don't see anything on the packaging like saying that you should, but you definitely could. It would be good. All right, then moving on to Gundam 00. We've got a couple of things on the list here from Gundam 00. There's certainly a lot more that you could add, but again, I just tried to keep it like relatively limited to what were some of like the biggest of bads from this series. So here we got the Reborn's Gundam. The Reborn's Gundam is one that a lot of people love. I like it as well. I'm gonna put it there in B tier. I think I do like it. I like a lot of the Gundam designs in Gundam 00 more than, again, like some of the antagonist mobile suits. That said, I mean, I do really love the Arc Gundam, which is going to be on here as well. Kind of might as well just put that one in here right now. It's kind of more towards the end, but since we're talking Gundam 00, might as well get this out of the way. I like the Arc Gundam, I think, more than the Reborns. I'm going to put that there in A tier. But then other enemies like the Gadessa, the Garazo, those ones, I really like those designs. I didn't include them on this list just because they're not quite in the series quite as much as these ones on here. You also have the Throne series as well, which was 3 of them, so I didn't want to put like 3 different mobile suits on here, which you could have like kind of grouped them all into one. Just for reference, I probably would have put the Garazo, the Gadessa in here in A tier as well, and then maybe the Throne series I would have put in either B or C, kind of depending on the design. I don't like them quite as much. All right, up next here, the classic Zaku 2. We have a couple of different Char mobile suits from the original series. I've got the Zaku 2, the Gelgoog, and the Zeong all on here. I didn't include the Zigok because I felt like it wasn't in the series a whole lot, even though it's pretty iconic. But the Zaku 2, Char Zaku 2, of course, got to put that in S tier. Just, I mean, how could you not? I don't know. The Char Zaku 2 is like the original, like, bad mobile suit, or the original antagonist mobile suit, I should say. We're going to follow that up right away with another S tier with the Goof Custom straight away. Now, unfortunately, like some of these images, like the top part's cut off, but I mean, you can tell what all of them are anyway. But the Goof Custom, of course, I think the Goof Custom as just a variation of the Goof. It's, in my opinion, I like the design much more for the Goof Custom even before you get to the armaments, but then once you get to the armaments, it's got the extra like machine gun on the arm and then the Gatling gun shield, which is just super cool, super iconic, and then plus the sword. I mean, it's just got just fantastic weapons array, super unique on top of a fantastic mobile suit design. Who doesn't love the Goof Custom? I mean, come on. As for the Zeong, it's pretty goofy. It's definitely grown on me in more recent years. It's very of its age, but I'm going to put that kind of right in the middle in B tier. I like the Zeong. The RG is fantastic, and actually the HG is really nice as well. The MG is the only one that I've not built of the Zeong yet. I should build that at some point, I suppose, just for reference, but it's got great kit representation. Anyway, it's one of those designs that the head always reminded me a bit of the Maschinenmensch from Metropolis, and then it's got like the big antlers and like the arms with the no legs. It's a very unique design. Not going to be for everyone, but all right, next up we've got one of very few. I think we've got a couple of like Gundams, which you would think are normally like the heroes of the story, but here we've got the Gundam EX from Requiem for Vengeance on here, as in the story anyway, it's kind of portrayed as the antagonist, right? It's usually kind of the other way around. That story kind of flipped it a bit. There's a lot more that you could talk about kind of how that was portrayed in the show. I have some thoughts on that as far as the design anyway, because that's what we're here to focus on. I'm gonna put that down in, well, let's see, I think kind of C tier. It certainly has grown on me a lot. I didn't like the design at all at first. Building the kit helped me appreciate the design a lot more, and so I like it, but not like all that much. I think there's still a lot about the design that just kind of doesn't really have like the charm and the feel that a lot of other mobile suits have. I mean, it certainly is really cool in the anime. Yeah, if you guys have not yet watched Requiem for Vengeance, I know there's a lot of mixed feelings about it out there. I would recommend you guys watch it in the original Japanese, and I actually really kind of quite like it. I've been meaning to rewatch it. It's nice that it's like a short series too, which I appreciate. All right, then going on to Gundam Victory, there was a lot of stuff from Victory that I think you could choose. I've got the Rig Kontio here and the Shokyu, and Victory is still not a series that I've watched all the way through, so this is another one that I should go back and watch and finish. I think I only ever made it like maybe 10 or so episodes in. I never finished the series, but the Rig Kontio is, as far as a design that like at least I don't really know a whole lot about, but it is a pretty cool design. I'm gonna put that there in C tier. That one, if you guys remember, is one of those mobile suits that was shown on that infamous banner of like considerations for the RE100 line, most of which did not get an RE100 kit, but did get a kit in some way. I think this and the Reborns and maybe one other thing are some of the mobile suits from that banner that have still not gotten a new kit version in any line. So it's safe to assume that we'll probably get a new version of this. Probably an HGUC kit would be my guess. Maybe next year, maybe sometime in the next couple of years. Not an RE100 kit, I would imagine, but all right, the Sinanju then, you guys know I'm putting that straight up into S tier. I love the Sinanju. It's just such a beautiful design. I think it's like peak Kotoki in his work there. A lot of the work that Kotoki did for the mobile suit designs from Unicorn, I just think are so good. It's a personal thing, you guys may disagree, but I did hear from a lot of you in the comments on the post that a lot of you are Sinanju fans as well. We've got the Sinanju Stein on here. We might as well go ahead and throw that up on here as well. The Stein I don't like quite as much as the original Sinanju. I'm gonna put that here in A tier. I think it just looks so beautiful in that like Ferrari red with the black and gold accents. The Sinanju Stein, it's essentially the same kind of design with a little bit more kind of angular Gundam flavor to it. I don't like it quite as much, but I do still love the Stein as well, of course. And yeah, since we were doing Victory, we might as well throw the Shokyu up here as well. So compared with the Rig Kontio, I'm just going to put it right there next to the Rig Kontio in C tier. Again, just both designs that I'm just not having seen them in the anime and not having ever built any kits of them. I'm not really too familiar with the designs other than just like the basic artwork here. And I think to better get a feel for a lot of like Gundam designs, you need to you need to see more than just like the one image. And I feel like for both of those, I mean, obviously the Shokyu does have an RE100 kit, so I've seen a bunch of images of that. It's pretty cool. It definitely has that more unique kind of bug flavor that we saw a lot in that series, but I can't say that it's one that I really love, but it's certainly unique. I can appreciate that. And on that note, let's try this Yubari Melon Daifuku here. So beautiful, simple little packaging there. There you go. Basically like mochi, right? Wonderfully soft and squishy. Wonderful texture, beautiful melon, sweet flavor to it. Very nice. All right, moving right along then to another fan favorite, I think, the O. I'm gonna put the O in B tier, which I know a lot of you guys will disagree with. I do like the design. I like how big and chunky it is. I don't like it quite as much as some of the other ones that we've got on the list here. It does make for a really cool kit. I think a big factor as to what's made a lot of people like the O over the years is just because of the Master Grade kit. And what I mean is that just because the Master Grade kit, until recently, hadn't been reprinted for a long time. So there was just like this kind of wanting for the O, which I think made a lot of people, inflated how much they like the design. just because of like how much of a desire there was to have that master grade kit that just hadn't been reprinted for a long time. I don't know, that's just kind of the sense that I get, but it is a cool design. It is a really nice kit. Both the HG kit and the MG kit are really nice. I've built both, and like when the MG kit was hard to find, I kept telling people just get the HG because it's really nice as well. But all right, then we're gonna go to another fan favorite, which again I'm probably gonna get some smoke on because I'm gonna put this one, the GPO2, right there in B tier as well. I do like a lot about the GPO2. It's certainly very unique, and its color scheme, again, sort of like an anti-Gundam, with it being, you know, what would typically be your kind of standard Gundam design. It's got the tricolor scheme on there with the red, yellow, and blue, but it's all just barely like twisted a bit. Instead of in white, it's in this like little bit more like kind of tannish, grayish color, kind of depending on the variation that you're looking at. And then like the blue is darker, the red's darker, and it has this much more kind of evil Gundam look to it, which I think is really cool. But at the end of the day, it's not one that maybe I would put in like one of the top tiers for me personally. And again, it just kind of depends on the variation. This one is one that could definitely use a new model kit, whether it be a new HG, a new MG, or something else. I don't know what it would be. And RG I think is very unlikely, but all right, moving on then to Char's Gelgoog. I'm just gonna throw that up there in S tier as well, just kind of for some Gelgoog representation. You guys know I love the Gelgoog. Honestly, for the Gelgoog, I kind of, in terms of like the color scheme, I actually kind of prefer it in just like kind of the normal color scheme more than Char's color scheme in this instance, but I do love the Gelgoog design. And actually, the next one here, I think the Amazing Zaku is gonna be pretty lonely there in the D tier, but the Rosen Zulu, I'm gonna throw that up there in S tier as well. Again, like I was just saying before about Kotoki's design work on the Sinanju, I feel the same way about the Rosen Zulu. The Rosen Zulu, for me, is such a beautiful design. I just love the details, the proportions of the design, the like weapons array that it has between having these massive claws for like close range combat, which can also go out as like wire guided weapons, and all like the beam weapons and everything that it has. It's just like such a really cool mobile suit design. I love it. Up next then, the Camphor, another one that everyone loves. I like it a lot. The Camphor I'm gonna put here in A tier. We got like a quite balanced grid there so far, except for the one lone wolf down there at the bottom. But the Camphor, yeah, it's not quite S tier for me, but I do love the Camphor. I love how like specialty it is in its design, just being for this like quick, like kind of in and out combat that it has, you know, with its shotgun weapons. It's got its chain mine, the bazookas, just really cool weapons layout, quite unique in that aspect. Up next, the Sazabi. The Sazabi, I think, would be a crime to put it in anything but S tier, wouldn't it? But I'm kind of torn whether I want to put it into S or A tier, because for me, the Sazabi, I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna put the Sazabi there in A tier. For me, I think the Sazabi, like just comparing it with other mobile suits like the Sinanju, which is kind of very similar, right? Between the two, I definitely prefer the Sinanju. The Sazabi, you know, is classic. It's got that, you know, big, bulky design, which everybody loves. Love the iconic shield that it has. It's got really great kit representation so far. I mean, everybody would love a perfect grade Unleashed, I'm sure, but the real grade's fantastic. The Master Grade Verkaz is fantastic. Even the HG is really nice as well. So it's not quite S tier, but then here we've got the Kshatriya. The Kshatriya, I think it's just going to be a theme. Anything from Unicorn basically is just going to be S tier, it would seem for me. The Kshatriya, I'm going to put that up there in S tier as well. Can't wait for that MG SD to come out in just a couple months time. That one's going to be fantastic. Kshatriya, you just have to love. It's just so cool. It's just huge. It's menacing. It's powerful. It's awesome. I love the Kshatriya. I don't know what else I can say about that. All right, the Vertigo chest break. I'm not a huge fan of this. And this one, yeah, I'm kind of torn whether to throw that down there in D tier or just C tier. I think I will throw that down there in D tier just because I think like the Amazing Zaku could use a friend down there. And yeah, the Vertigo chest break, either both the Vertigo or the Vertigo chest break are not really some of my favorite designs. That said, we do have that HG kit of the Vertigo that was just recently announced at Shizuoka Hobby Show that I actually am really looking forward to. So despite the fact that I'm putting the chest break version here in D tier, I am actually really looking forward to the kit just because I always love new kits of anything, whether it's a design that I like or not. It's always fun to build new kits, and I think the kit does look really nice. And so maybe if I were to redo this tier list, you know, after building the kit, I might put this up higher. But the gimmicks that it has with like the torso opening up and like the claw arms and everything, it's certainly very like evil looking, but I don't know, not anything that particularly I I love. The Tall Geese. The Tall Geese is pretty classic. I'm gonna put that here. I think I'll put the Tall Geese in A tier. Definitely has a really cool look to it. And I think the Tall Geese, one thing that I like about the Tall Geese is that it doesn't lean into like looking like an evil mobile suit necessarily. It has this very kind of regal, almost like knight-like design to it, right? Something that if this was not in a Gundam series, if this was in like a different series, you could absolutely imagine the Tall Geese being the protagonist mobile suit, being like the hero of the story. So I think it's kind of really cool that it doesn't necessarily have a look of being an antagonist suit. But obviously in the show it is, for the most part, until you get to the Tall Geese 3, and then it's a little bit different story. But love the Tall Geese, very cool. The Devil Gundam, I think I was thinking about this, like when it comes to like if this was like a ranking of most evil, I think obviously the Devil Gundam would be in S tier, probably the most evil of antagonists. But just in terms of the design, I'm gonna put the Devil Gundam, I don't know, maybe also in B tier there as well. It is quite the unique design. I think probably one of the most unique here on this list. Among like our list here has quite a lot of unique. I mean, the enemy mobile suits, or the antagonist mobile suits, are all going to be quite unique. But the Devil Gundam I'm going to put there in a B tier. The Mark V. The Mark V is going to go in, let's see, A tier or S tier for me. I'm going to throw that up there in S tier just because I love the design of this being kind of related, at least design-wise and in canon-wise, to the Silver Bullet and the Dovin Wolf, both of which I also love the designs of those. And then, of course, if you take into consideration the Master Grade kit, which is like one of the best Master Grades that Bandai's ever made, in my opinion, and if you've built it, let me know your thoughts as well. But it's kind of interesting that arguably one of the best Master Grades ever made is unfortunately a Premium Bandai exclusive, but hey, there it is. Okay, up next, the Queen Mansa. I'm going to put that, this may be some serious sacrilege. I'm definitely going to be making some people mad with this tier list. I'm going to put the Queen Mansa down there in D tier. It's just never really appealed that much to me. It's like the ugly version of the Kshatriya for me. I just don't like the design language of the Queen Mansa nearly as much as I like what Kotoki did with the Kshatriya. The Queen Mansa just like has this weird like owl insect kind of face there on the chest. The binders are just like not as interesting looking as they are like on the Kshatriya. So yeah, it's just, and it's very of its age too. I mean, like it's got like a very kind of similar design language like some of the antagonist mobile suits from Gundam Victory, sort of bug-like, and it's an impressive mobile suit in the anime, but I don't love the design. All right, up next then, the Exia Dark Matter. I'm going to put that up here in B. I'm almost tempted to put that in A tier. I actually do kind of really like the Exia Dark Matter. I'm going to put it in B tier. The only thing holding the Exia Dark Matter back, I think, from A tier is that I think it leans a little bit too much into like the edgy, evil kind of aesthetic, which it's the bad guy, it's kind of supposed to, right? But it's kind of like opposite of what I was saying like with the Tall Geese, whereas the Exia Dark Matter leans a little bit heavy into the spiky, evil, like red and black, edgy color scheme. It's a cool design, but definitely could take it down a notch with that. So up next, the Banshee, maybe just for the sake of fairness, I won't put the Banshee in S tier unless I did. But yeah, the Banshee I'll put in A tier. Love the Banshee, love the Unicorn, just the Banshee as a variant of that. Here I've got the Banshee Norn, but you kind of could have either put just the original Banshee or the Banshee Norn. And this is also a case, obviously, where the antagonist is not like exactly, it's not a clear antagonist, and he certainly doesn't act as an antagonist in the very end of the series. So it's a little bit kind of gray area there for this one as an antagonist mobile suit, but as just kind of like the dark version of the Unicorn sort of in its appearance. Super cool design, love that. Probably could put it in S tier, but just we'll keep that in A tier then for now. All right, the Alice Core Gundam, which is kind of hard to tell from my little square thumbnail here for this. The Alice Core Gundam has a really cool gimmick for sure. I'll put that there in B tier. Very cool gimmick. Probably not one of my favorite designs, at least in like the core form. Maybe once you put the rest of the parts onto it. But I think just for the gimmick alone was something that was quite unique about the Core Gundam and the Alice Core Gundam in this case from Build Divers. So have to give the mobile suit designers definitely some props for the gimmick of this one. And I think that's definitely worth something. All right, the Schwarzette from Witch from Mercury. The Schwarzette, again, a really cool design. I'm going to put that here in B tier as well. Super cool design that, again, I haven't finished Witch from Mercury either, so I haven't seen it in the anime, but based on what I've heard about it is that it's a little bit underrepresented, not really used as much as it could have been in the anime, but just design-wise, there's a lot to like about it. It's definitely a very cool weapon, probably one of the most unique, kind of like, it has just like its one main weapon, right? But the fact that it has all these different kind of uses is certainly very cool. All right, I want to try this Puku Puku Pudding Taiyaki here. Fish-shaped cracker. Actually really makes me miss living in Korea. We would get the actual like fish kind of there from the streetcar. Anyway, street food, right? Anyway. So light and sweet, very delicious, love it. All right, so since we did the Schwarzette, I'll go ahead and grab the other antagonist from Witch from Mercury that I have on here, which is the aerial rebuild. Kind of an odd choice, right? But this one I'm definitely gonna put down here. I would almost put this in D tier, maybe. Maybe I will. Not sure. I'll put it in C tier. It's not quite D tier for me, but almost. Basically, just the new parts for the aerial rebuild compared to the original aerial, I just can't say that I'm a fan of the backpack in particular. I just don't think, it's just always struck me as very odd design language. The backpack doesn't at all for me. I don't think it matches like the rest of the mobile suit design at all, and it just kind of has this look of like these odd parts that just kind of are just strange. I don't know. The rest of the mobile suit though, I mean, I do like the design of that. It's just that backpack just kind of kills it for me. Up next then, the Bale. I'm gonna put the Bale here in maybe C tier as well. The Bale, not one of my favorite designs. I do certainly like certain aspects of it. Again, this one is also the case of a backpack that doesn't really do a whole lot for me. Its backpack, again, is a kind of an odd design. I do like most of the mobile suit design though, in particular the head, that quite wide like V-fin that it has, I think is really cool, very unique. The shoulder design's pretty interesting as well. It does also have those huge like feet, those huge shoes that it has. Kind of reminds me of the episode of Doug where Roger gets those gigantic shoes, remember that? And there's a number of the Gundam designs from IBO that have like a kind of big feet, and it just kind of depends on the art, I guess. But yeah, the Bale's big feet in particular always kind of didn't really do it for me. All right, the Providence Gundam. The Providence Gundam has a very, very nice master grade, but I'm gonna put the Providence Gundam there in C tier as well. It's the backpack's just being this huge thing. I don't know. There's just different aspects of the Providence Gundam, and again, it just kind of depends on the interpretation. Just based on the art, I'm gonna put that in C tier. If this was like a ranking of MGs, I definitely would rank the MG higher. It's just a really, really nice MG kit. It does have a really cool weapon, and I could probably move that up, but I'm gonna leave that there. Actually, not D tier, in C tier for sure. That said, the Vidar. The Vidar is gonna go up here in A tier for me. Not quite S tier, although I do have to say it's probably one of my favorite, if not favorite, Gundam designs from Iron Blood Orphans, at least from the animated series, what we've got in there. I definitely prefer the Vidar, just in terms of the design and everything, more so than any other version of the Barbatos, or probably any of the other Gundams, now that I think about it. So, fantastic MG kit. If you guys have not built that one yet, definitely check out the MG. The Master Gundam. The Master Gundam, I'm going to put the Master Gundam in S tier. Always loved the Master Gundam design. We've got that new Master Gundam kit that's coming out, which is not a Bandai kit. That's like a 1/100 scale kit using, like, I think it has metal frame and everything too. Very nice interpretation of the design, I have to say. I do wish that Bandai would make a nice new Master Gundam kit. I think it'd be really cool to see a real grade Master Gundam to go with the real grade Gandu Gundam. That would be pretty awesome, but until then, anyway, I have always been a big fan of the Master Gundam, and definitely what sealed my love for the Master Gundam has got to be playing it quite a bit in the Dynasty Warriors Gundam games back in the day. Played the Master Gundam a lot. Very fun. All right, up next then here, the Kabakali. This one really got me thinking that I should go back and try to watch Reconquista NG. It's another series that I didn't finish, and it's a series that I think doesn't get a lot of love, and maybe it's warranted, but I feel like it could be something like with Turn A, that if you remember, like, 15 years ago or so here in the community, there was not a lot of people that liked Turn A. Most people said they didn't like it. Most people were not into it just because the mobile suit designs were weird. That was, back in the day when like Seed and Double O in particular were like the things that everybody was into. And so if you consider that, it kind of makes sense that, if that's what people were into, that Turn A was like a little bit different. Now I think there's so much more appreciation, at least here in the West. There's a lot more appreciation for Turn A Gundam, and I wonder if it's going to be something like that in the future for Reconquista NG, in that, you know, once people start to go back now with a little bit of time since the series, kind of a lot of time now since the series has been out, people might appreciate it more, although I'm not entirely certain about that. One thing that I always appreciated about Reconquista NG is just the animation. The Gundam and mobile suit designs are not really some of my favorite, it kind of depends on which. That said, the Kabakali I think was pretty cool, and I have to say, actually one of my favorite kits from the line. I didn't build the entirety of the HG line. That HG series of kits is not the best. There's definitely some standout ones though, and the Kabakali for me definitely always stood out. I'm going to put that there in B tier. There's aspects of the design that I like and some not so much, but I think that it's definitely underappreciated. I definitely want to show it some love there. The Chimaris Vidar, though, I'm going to put that down here in C tier, could even go in D tier. The Chimaris Vidar, definitely my least favorite version of the Chimaris Vidar. And the Chimaris Vidar, it's definitely like peak Gyobu style design, and I'm just not that big of a fan of Gyobu's like design style generally. I think like some stuff I certainly like a lot more than others. This is definitely an example of just one of his designs that just doesn't really do it for me. Just based on just kind of like the head design has this very like nautical sort of look to it, and just like the shields, the legs being a different color that sort of match. I'm certainly all for like unique color schemes, but then again, like the feet design as well just look very awkward. So yeah, I don't know about the Chimaris Vidar. It's not one of my favorites. What do you guys think about it? Anyway, the Epyon, I don't know, the Epyon's got to go up there in A tier, as well as the Tallgeese. The Epyon definitely, I mean, like, take everything that I said about the Tallgeese. The Epyon is definitely a much more kind of dark, edgy, kind of evil looking mobile suit design, kind of like the Exia Dark Matter, but not quite as much. And this certainly could be some like nostalgia goggles situation going on here a little bit with the Epyon, but I do think the Epyon design is pretty great. And the last snack to try here, of course, we have to try the Kit Kats. This is the banana Kit Kat here. I can't imagine that it would be anything less than delicious. It's not as yellow as I was expecting, but of course the inside of the banana is not quite as yellow as the outside, right? Certainly has that strong banana taste, which if you're a fan of bananas, which I am, you can really appreciate. And then we've just got a few left here with the Biolarnt. The Biolarnt I'm gonna put in B tier. Other versions of the Biolarnt I definitely like more than the original one, and I would rank them higher, the Biolarnt Custom or the Biolarnt Custom 02. I would definitely put those either in A or S tier because I absolutely love them, but the just regular original Biolarnt is my least favorite of its many variations. Still, though, one that I definitely enjoy quite a bit. Could honestly almost put that in A tier, but yeah, the other ones I definitely prefer more than the original Biolarnt. Still a really cool design, love that one. The Concept Turn X, I'm going to put that up in S tier as well. Who doesn't love the Turn X? Actually, just recently built the MG. I'm going to be reviewing that for you guys very soon. Stay tuned for that. The kit was awesome. The old HG, it's not HG, the old 144 scale kit is actually pretty nice too. I mean, it takes a little bit of work, but it's still pretty nice, like proportionally and all that. Anyway, super cool design. Obviously, I don't have to tell you guys how unique the Turn X is, just in its, you know, design and then what it can do by, you know, it's all, what is it, all, checking the manual since I've got it here, all range attack, that's what it was. Yeah, the all range attack and just its appearance. It's really not in the anime that much. And so, I mean, you could make an argument that's kind of almost wouldn't make sense, but I mean, it's definitely the antagonist to the Turn A. It just wasn't in the anime all that much. It was just kind of unfortunate. It would have been cool to actually see it more, but we do have the Sumo on here. With the Sumo was in the anime certainly a lot more than the Turn X. The Sumo, I'm gonna put also, I might just put that in S tier as well. But I'll probably put that in A tier. The Sumo, I do love the Sumo design a lot, and do really hope that we'll get a new Sumo model kit at some point in the near future as well. I think that would be a really good candidate as an RE100 kit to go with the Master Grade Turn A and Turn X, to have that in 1/100 scale. Or at least just a nice new HG would be cool as well. All right, up next then, everybody's favorite KFC chicken Gundam here, the Penelope. The Penelope it's a lot. I'm gonna put that here in C tier. Also, we're kind of running out of space, which is fine, but yeah, C tier is probably where that belongs for me. The Penelope, it's a lot, and there's some cool stuff going on in there, and I do kind of like the design generally, but it's certainly a bit much, I would say. And the Legend Gundam, see, where's the Providence Gundam? I've got in C, so that means the Legend Gundam I'm going to put up in D, just because I do like the Legend Gundam more than the Providence. I like the fact that the backpack's a little bit toned down. It's like a little bit more of a, just kind of a sleeker Gundam design in general. I think a little bit more refined look. I think this is probably, like, design-wise what the Providence should have been. I just prefer the Legend Gundam's design. I think it's just kind of a better version of that. Design-wise, so I like that one quite a bit. Actually, I've not built that new HG kit of the Legend Gundam yet. It's definitely on my to-do list. And then for our last two here, a couple of quite unique ones. The Garibaldi, also from Watch for Mercury. That one I'm gonna put up in. I'm gonna put the Garibaldi up in A tier as well. As the Garibaldi, I think, like, just in terms of its silhouette, I mean, if you just kind of focus on just like the shape and designs of the proportions and stuff, kind of a little bit similar to the Rosenzulu. It's got these like thin legs and like small pointy feet and like kind of bigger shoulders, right? Because in the case of the Garibaldi, obviously it's got those big shoulder shields, but it's cool staff weapon in there as well. The color scheme is really nice. Red, which we see a lot of different shades of red here among the Antagonist mobile suits, but this one did have a little bit kind of more of a unique feel to it, just with like the white accents on there. And then just if we're talking about the kits, the Garibaldi HG kit is another one that I absolutely recommend you guys check out if you've not built that kit. Definitely one of my favorites, if not my favorite, from the Witch for Mercury HG line. And last here, but certainly not least, I don't know, could be least, you know, depending on your take on this. For the G Lucifer, I'm going to put that in B tier as well. Certainly a really interesting design with those huge like funnel bits that it's got out the back. Again, an odd color scheme, sort of like with the Chimaris Vidar. Like the color blocking for this design is not quite right for me. I don't know, some things always struck me as a bit odd about the color blocking of that, in the same way that like the black leg parts on the Chimaris Vidar is kind of like throws it off for me. The G Lucifer is a bit of the same, but like aside from that, I like pretty much everything else about the G Lucifer design. I do really like how interesting that one looks, and it's a good point to end on, just because I think it does kind of again remind me that I probably should go back and try to watch Reconquista Energy and see if maybe after, you know, some years later, if it does have some more appeal to it than maybe a lot of people gave it credit for at the time. And I would recommend you guys to do the same. I have to look up where to watch it. I don't know if it's on Crunchyroll or where I can watch that at. But anyway, guys, there you have it. There's how the Antagonist mobile suits broke down here for my tier list. Where would you disagree with some of my rankings? What other mobile suits do you think could be on here, and where would you put them? Let me know in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts. And again, the huge thank you to Tokyo Tree and Sakura Co for sponsoring today's video. Again, check either the description or the pinned comment to check out more information about those subscription boxes, and use my code there if you guys want to try that out. It helps me out as well. Really appreciate it. I do actually really love these boxes a lot and highly recommend them for you guys legitimately. And of course, if you're looking for model kits, paints, tools, supplies, all that good stuff, you can also check the link to USI Gundam store down there in the video description as well. So that's it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you're not yet subscribed yet, you can subscribe down there as well. You can like the video if you enjoyed it here today. But until next time, hope you all are doing well. See you guys.